It's time for Bird of the Day! Because we saw a bird! We saw a very special bird, and it was a penguin. So, wait a minute. Twig, does that mean? Since we saw a penguin in Mario 64, does that mean that we did a penguin as our bird of the day? Well, you goddamn right it is. Today we are doing the Emperor Penguin! Oh my god, look at all of them. There's so many of them. I was saying at the beginning of the stream that today's bird of the day was going to be a bird that y'all heard about and was a pretty popular bird. Well, come on. One of the most popular birds in the world is the Emperor Penguin. Everybody knows the Emperor Penguin. Look at them. They're so emperor. So emperor, so penguin. Yeah. Well, I mean, below the planning that drop. Yeah, I did plan that because, like, okay, there's penguins in the game. Well, last week when I ran into the condor in Shifting Sandlands, I did the California condor. Endangered due to Italian plumbers 6 tons of problems. You remember that from last week? Yeah, I may have committed penguin side last week. But now today we are going to talk about the Emperor Penguin. Now look at him, 43 47 inches long, and weighing 51 to 84 pounds. That's a heavy bird. That's a very heavy bird, which makes it the largest of all penguins. It's a bird. It is a bird. It's lots of birds. But yes, there are many species of penguins. In fact, they are in the order Sphenisciforms, and that includes all penguins. And of all of the penguins, this is the biggest. Big boys. Big old boys. The borbest of all penguins. Yeah. They chunky fellers. It'd be tough to pick one up. It'd be all slick and heavy and round. These guys got a 20-year average lifespan, which isn't too bad. They say that like each adult penguin, once it reaches adulthood, it has about a 95% chance of surviving the year. Which means that after 20 years, well, on average, you're gonna die at some point. But in captivity, and some of them that have been banded and have managed to be very safe, they've had ones that have lived up to 50 years. They're not really sure what their full extended lifespan is, but yeah, about 50 years. So not too bad. Nice good lifespan for a bird. Now, normally when I do the where do they live, we're kind of seeing the side view of the Earth. Or the old Mercator, spread. Not this time, because they all in Antarctica. They are Antarctic birds living on the bottom of the planet. As south can be. So the green areas that you see on the map there, that's where they do their nesting and being on land and enjoying times there. And the red areas are the waters that they are found in when they go out to get tasty snacks. Tasty snacks. That's what they like, is the tasty snacks. So these guys, I mean, they're some of the most social birds out there. They spend most of their life living in giant colonies. Up to 25,000 strong. So many birds together. Right now, the current population estimated to be around 600,000. So there's like about 60 or so of the colonies. But sometimes they gather together. There was one point where they thought there was over like 125,000 penguins all in the same spot. 125,000 penguins! And you know what? That was just the emperor penguins. That giant colony of penguins, it was all those penguins. That was just how many emperor penguins there. There were a bunch of the Adderley penguins there too. It was like a penguin fiesta. So many penguins. So many penguins. Now these birds, they breed in the coldest environment of any bird. They gotta deal with the coldest environment for raising their eggs and chicks. More so than any other birds. The Adderley penguins tend to do their nesting in slightly warmer areas of Antarctica than these guys do. So, they're biggest penguins, coldest penguins. And another thing they do is when they're making their little babies, what happens is the female's like, hey, I made an egg. And the male's just like, I got you, babe. Let me take this egg. I'm going to put it between my feet and my belly. I'm going to keep it warm between my feet and my belly. And he spends all this time, you know, making that egg inside your belly. Why don't you go off for a bit? And so after the females lay eggs, they all leave the colony for a bit, and they go out swimming and gathering food. And they bring a lot of food over, and they gather it, and they get as much as they can, and they eat a lot. Meanwhile, the males are just sitting by like, so, Charles, I see you got an egg between your legs. Yeah, Bob, got an egg between my legs. I'm hungry. Yeah, me too. Hope the ladies are enjoying the buffet. Yeah, me too. But once the chicks are born, both the ladies come back and they do a little bit of the feeding, but most of the feeding is done by the males. They're good dads. Good job, good dads. And they not only keep the egg between the legs and the belly folds, the little baby chicks will go in there too and like, hey, I'm gonna ride on daddy. It's super cute. And then once the babies are a little bit older, they gather up with little babies, and it's like little penguin daycares, and they all hang out together in like a big group, and then the parents and the other adults will surround that group and protect them from predators. So, yeah, it's pretty great. Let me show you a video of what exactly I'm talking about. Little babies. You see the babies? Yeah. So this is an example of one of those little baby colonies. Look at all the little babies! Aren't they so cute? Oh my god, they're so cute! They're the cute little baby penguins. These are such cute little baby penguins. Ah. These ones are a little too big to hide under Daddy's feet, but, you know. Hey, look at so many of them. It's little goobers. And interesting thing is that each of the babies has like its own distinct call and voice, and the parents are able to, just by the call of the baby, find their baby. It's kind of amazing. They're real good at it. God, look at so many. Like I said, very social, big groups. I love it. Love to see it. Love to see big social groups of birds. God, they're so cute. Those babies are so gosh darn cute. Just look at them walk. I love how penguins walk. They're just the goofiest little. I know, they made Happy Feet real. Ah, it's so cute. Pingu is an emperor penguin. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Look at those little guy walking. Yeah, one on his belly over there. Ah, yeah, so cute. We love him. Love him so much. Now these penguins, oh, they are master swimmers. Like, okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room. On that first slide, I didn't talk about their wingspan. Because their wingspan's kind of a joke, because these guys can't even fly. Flightless bird. Their wings are more like flippers than wings. Shameful. But you know what? They're really good swimmers. They're amazingly good swimmers. So I guess they fly just underwater instead above it. They've been known to dive as deep as 1,850 feet. That's impressive. That's super impressive, because the pressure and the darkness down there, that's real deep. That's real deep. And they've been known to be underwater for up to 18 minutes, holding their breath. So they can hold their breath a heck of a lot longer than I can. And the interesting thing is they have a couple little adaptations that let them do this. When they're diving in deep waters, like a lot of their organs that are basically non-essential, so like a lot of their digestive tract, some of their, like, you know, basically stuff that as long as it's, you know, not completely shut down, you're going to be fine for a while. So like these organs kind of go into like a, I guess, a state of hibernation, but it's like an organ of your body doing it. That helps doing it. And then their bones are much more, they're solid bones as compared to hollow bones, because most birds have hollow bones because they need light. But their bones are much stronger, so they can handle the immense pressures and just with the weight and all that. No oxygen tanks. Nope, they don't do any of that. They just hold their breath. And then they will, like, as they go underground, they'll, like, trap little water bubbles in their tail feathers. And then they, like, expand those and, like, shoot them out of their butts. And that's what lets them launch right out of the water, high up into the sky, several feet up. It's really impressive because they basically, like, pop right out of the water and it gets them back up onto the land and ice and other stuff like that. It's pretty cool. But they also swim, they're distance swimmers. They will go hundreds of miles to find areas that have plentiful fish to get that food. They'll do it. But they're a little less smooth on land than they are on the water. But, they got this cool little thing they do where they'll, like, jump onto their bellies and they'll slide down. And you do a little slippy slide action on, they call it tobogganing. Super cute. But, they do have threats. Out in that water is dangerous. Big old seals and orcas like to think of these penguins as a tasty, tasty snack. So when I say that 95% survival rate, well, those 5% that don't make it, most of them are going to be eaten by a big predator in the water. But not polar bears. Polar bears live in the North Pole, not the South Pole. So all those Coca-Cola commercials have lied to you. They have lied to you. The only time a penguin and a polar bear are going to see each other is at a zoo. But of course, the biggest threat to the emperor penguin is, of course, climate change. Getting warm up there, losing their environment. But luckily, they've adapted pretty well. They're doing okay. They are considered least concern. Their populations are stable and still, at 600,000 strong. Stayed at about that for, 20 years or more. So they're doing okay. They're doing all right. But yes, we're going to talk about a little pop culture. I mean, emperor penguins have been used in so many TVs and movies. And I mean, Happy Feet's a big example of it. They're kind of one of the more iconic penguins. They're big, and that yellow and orange coloration on their chins and faces and stuff. This is a very recognizable penguin. This is bird of the day, where it's like, sometimes I do a bird of the day, and you're like, I have never heard of that bird. That's fascinating. This is a bird am I giving you too much new information here? You probably heard a lot of this, but I hope you got at least a few new pieces, because they're fascinating birds. They do some really cool stuff. So, yeah, well-known bird. But, I mean, they're iconic. They're iconic birds. I can't believe it took me this long to do them. So, my thoughts? I love the emperor penguin. He's a great penguin. Yeah, are they my favorite penguin? No. I love the Adelaide penguins. Those guys are such goofy little goobers. I love the Adelaide. Magellanic penguins are super cute, too. I like them a lot. The rock penguin. Penguins are just cute. I don't want to know somebody who doesn't think penguins are cute. If you don't think penguins are cute, I don't want to know you. I know a waddling video is just like watching penguins waddle around and trip on the ice. I mean, come on, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. You want to waste a few hours just having a good time and smiling. Just go to YouTube and search in funny penguins, and you're gonna have yourself a good time. So what do I think? My thoughts. I love the emperor penguin. I want to just go up and give one big old hug and be like, yo, go penguin. And
I think their title is a bit presumptuous.
What the fuck? Oh, hi, Dreyfrey. Okay, yeah. You think theirs is presumptuous, and yet you call yourself the High Raven.
Because I am. Thank you.
Oh, he's high. Dre's high. Well, now that Dre's here, we're going to call this bird of the day done. So thanks for sticking around and watching, and we're going to get back to the game.